So the idea of remote learning and working was one that we thought obviously important during the pandemic, but particularly as we were trying to decide, do we want to do remote learning? Do we want to do a topic on remote working? Are those two separate topics? It occurred to us, you know, there's a lot of intersections there, and that's what we wanted to bring to the fore today. And so specifically in terms of remote learning, there's a lot of folks who are saying, oh, well, we shouldn't have remote learning. In-person learning is the most important. And then there's a lot of folks who are saying for remote work, well, we should have remote work because that's so much better for, you know, work-life balance maybe, or for health and wellness and flexibility and people who are taking care of families, things like that. But there's so many reasons that people have those opinions. But it occurred to us that if we're having students in school primarily, not advocating for any remote learning, and where folks are advocating for remote work, then what happens as those students that are doing in-person learning go into the workforce, and if the workforce is more than previously going to be remote, how does that then affect those students who had in-person learning? So we wanted to kind of understand that a little bit more and wonder, you know, are there disadvantages to this idea of in-person work, in-person learning when there's going to be a predominantly, not predominantly, but we're moving towards a more remote workforce, and what are the implications that might have? So, and also just to discuss in general the intersections between these ideas. So towards that end, we have some exciting opportunities today for some games. We're going to have a couple of activities and a couple of games, and we hope that while you're enjoying yourself today, you'll come to our other events as well. Like I said, we have 6 programs. There's 5 other programs we have. We have a shopping event. That's our only in-person event. We have a movie night. We have a more traditional speaker series event. We have a children's crafting event and adult crafting event. So there's lots of different events, and we cover a whole range of topics. As a matter of fact, we have an upcoming one on restorative justice, and we've just had an event on invisible disability. So we hope you'll join us for those. And if you go to our website, check out what we do and these topics to get some more information on them. So we're going to do 4 things today. We're going to have a little introduction to each other so we can get to know each other a little bit, practice on the tools. We're going to have a scavenger hunt. We're going to have a trivia, and we're going to then hopefully have some discussion on these intersections between remote learning and remote work. And as with all our events, we're a pre-partisan organization. We're not interested in, you know, basically putting forth any political opinions. We just want to provide some basic information. That way, when you're having those discussions, political or otherwise, you have this information available to you. So we look forward to hearing more. We see we have some more guests here. So why don't we start off by introducing ourselves and using some of the tools we have. So one of the tools we have in remote work and remote learning is the chat. So what I'd love you to do, if you have that capability right now, is to put your name in the chat and tell us why you wanted to come to this event. So if you can do that, take a minute, including our hosts if possible. Put our names in the chat and tell us why you're here at this event. Or I should say our co-hosts. And then, John, would you do me the honors of introducing some of our folks that are here today?
Sorry, as far as the hosts, Stacy, or the participants?
The participants, you can read out who we have, what they're saying in the chat.
Absolutely.
And you can introduce yourself as well.
I think I'm going to do that to get things started. I am John McTiernan. I am the chairman of the board at Inform Your Community. Very excited in helping get this organization launched. And, you know, I think it's a very interesting thing, you know, the difference between, you know, remote work and remote learning. I actually love remote learning more than I like remote work. I don't think I'm effective when I'm not working with people, but I much prefer learning at my own pace. Give me a video series and I'm much happier. But I think that's very different than what others will experience. So I'll just be interested to see what, you know, others have, how others are experiencing it. For some of the other comments, we have, hey all, my name is Tyler and my pronouns are they, them. Part of the reason I was interested in the event is because I went from both working and learning both in person and doing both remotely. Awesome, Tyler. Terry has some glitter hands, as best I can describe them. And I hate missing these events. So I think he's just happy to be able to join even from the car.
And I'm Stacy. I'm Stacy Carrillo, and I'm here obviously because I think this is a really important event. I've been wanting to do this event for a long time, so I'm so glad we finally have the chance to do it. Do any of our other guests want to share? If you don't want to share in the chat, feel free to share out loud your name and why you're here.
I can share out loud. It's easier for me to do that than in the chat. But
Okay.
Hi everybody, I'm Karen Lee Larson, and Stacy, I came to you through our mutual friend Derby.
Oh.
And I'm gonna be performing at your gala on June 23rd. So I started following you on LinkedIn. Yeah, and so I'm the singer, one of the singers and the violinist. So I'm a musician, but I also work remotely as a legal secretary, which I've, doing remotely now since COVID started. And anyway, so since I started following you, I found out more about your organization and this event. So here I am. Really happy to be here. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure. And I wrote in there, I'm a community organizer and activist. So been doing that my whole life, my parents too. So I'm just interested in social justice generally, and also looking at, how we interact with people and all that stuff.
Excellent. Thank you for coming. That's great. And thank you for playing at our gala. And
we also have in the messages, Claude Taylor from Monmouth University is interested in the concept of inform your community and remote work in higher education. He's also one of the former classmates of the CEO. So Stacy, hopefully you know Claude well.
Sending love out there to you, Claude. Looking forward to catching up soon. Okay, do we have any more folks who want to tell us or in the chat, or we can move right on? What do you think, John?
I think it's probably time to move on.
Okay, well, great. So I'm glad that all you folks are here. These tools that we have here, the chat and these other tools, they are kind of important for today's event. It is an interactive one. Unlike some of our other events, it might be a little bit less interactive. This isn't an interactive event. So we're going to want you to get comfortable with that chat. Yes, all of you who are on this. So please do consider typing something in the chat just so we can know that you can use it. If you could do that, that would be great. If you're not sure where the chat is, it is usually on the bottom of your screen. And it's either on the bottom, you might be able to go to more on the bottom of your screen, those three dots, and chat will be one of the options that are there, and you can click on that and you'll see where to type. So see if you can give that a try. Another thing we're going to want to do for this event is use our emojis. So if you can find where your emojis are and give us a smiley face or a thumbs up or maybe a sad face, tell us what your mood is today, how you're feeling today. So use one of those emojis. Tyler's celebrating. I don't know, John, are you surprised? Okay, give us some.
It's an emoji, not one meaning.
That's true. Okay. So, and the emojis you can find, they're called reactions on the bottom of your screen. So if you click on reactions, you're going to get a few options there. So see if you can't pull up one of those on your screen and just press on it and you'll be able to pull it. It'll show up on your monitor. I like John's now got a alien there. So let's see. Those of you who are still working on it, that's fine. That's fine. And I want to see if let's see, so reactions and chat. Okay, there's a reaction from Tyler. Terry's got a reaction going now. Okay, and I see Karen's got her hand. Is that a hand raised? Do you want to ask a question? Yep.
Yeah, I don't seem to have the ability to chat to the whole group. I can DM John. it looks like Tyler and maybe co-host, which might be you, but I don't
Yes.
seem to have the option to do everybody. Not sure why.
Okay. Okay, well, we were working on the settings earlier and we might have inadvertently shut something off there. So, okay, we will work around that. But we will definitely have a lot of interaction going this way.
Okay.
So are you guys ready for our first activity today? Let's go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a scavenger hunt, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and pull up some activities for you all to do in our scavenger hunt. So, and look at me. Oh my gosh, I am, okay, sorry.
Review.
Yes. Okay, there we go. So in our little scavenger hunt today, here are the rules. We're going to have about 10 minutes for this, and all the players do need to turn on your webcams to participate. If you don't want to participate, you don't have to turn on your webcam. You only need to turn on your webcam at the you'll have to turn it on 6 times. You'll see what I mean in a second. So you can just put it on for the important part if you want. I'm going to show you 6 different slides. Each slide is going to have 3 items on it, and you're going to have to find in your house those items. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to have 1 minute. You're going to go around your house, find those items, and then bring them back. And the first one that comes back with their screen on and those items, or as many of those items as possible, they're going to be the winners. Each item you have is going to get you a point though. So you'll show us your items, and we'll count up the points later to see who wins the entire game. So you'll be the winner for the round or the winner for the game. And John, would it be possible for you to time the 1 minute when we start? You'll let me know about that. Pardon me. So each have 1 minute. All the players have to come back to the starting position before that countdown ends. So you just have that 1 minute to do that. And then I explained the rest of these rules already. Okay. Before I get started, are there any questions about these rules? And John, if you can confirm you're able to time us on the 1 minute.
I can time us on 1 minute.
Okay, great. So you're going to do that 6 times, but 1 minute each. Excellent. So wait, there's something in the chat. Let me just see. No, okay, great. Fantastic. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the first set of items, explain them to you briefly, and then you can go run out and get those with 1 minute. So John, wait for my cue to get started, okay? Here we go. So you're going to look for reading material that has something to do about remote work. Could be about remote learning too. But it's got to be in hard copy so you can show it to me. You're going to find some kind of remote wardrobe from a recent Zoom, and I'm just interested in the bottoms. So something you wore on the bottom during a recent Zoom call. And then you're going to show me that you know how to use that raised hand emoji when you come back. So those are your 3 items. John, go ahead and start the countdown. 1 minute.
1 minute and counting.
This is the fun part, running around your apartment or running around somewhere. And yeah, even though Terry, I think you're in a car, you could possibly participate too.
Please do not.
Well,
I think that would be extraordinarily dangerous.
No, I didn't realize you were driving. So don't do that. And then what I'll do is once I see Karen's raised hand. Does that mean Karen's back already? Let's see. Do you have all your items?
I have nothing that's in hard copy about remote work. Absolutely nothing.
All right, well, folks still have another few minutes, another
My
couple of
body.
seconds. Oh, there's a timer. Okay. So who wants to show me what they've got? Well, Karen has 2 of the 3. Does anybody have 3 out of 3? Tyler, Claude, you have 3 out of 3? Oh,
Yes, okay.
let's see what you
Sweatpants.
have.
My sweatpants, my handy dandy Zoom all day Adidas sweatpants. The reading material is Wired Magazine's this most recent issue about the new internet and the ways the internet's going to adapt to the changing world of work and education. And the third thing was the raise hand emoji. Oh, and it was there, right? Can you see it?
I can see it. You've got
All
it.
right.
You've got it. Excellent.
Nice.
So Claude won that round. He's got 3 points. Karen, looks like you had 2 points. And Tyler, how many did you have? Oh,
Barry actually has his hand
I
raised.
assumed I wasn't participating because I don't have a camera. So
that is true. You can't. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. And Terry, how many did you have?
3.
Well, you got to prove it.
Yeah, well, I have my socks.
I was gonna say he's wearing pants.
That's technically that counts.
And I'm not even going to show that I have extra clothing. 'Cause I'm ready for, departure. I have my notepad from my remote learning. It says Vogue, and I have the brothers from Chit
I
and Han
believe
with
Okay, Terry, you got
and I
it.
have
You
a
know-
raised hand.
Okay, so great. We're gonna move to the next one. You guys ready for the next? Here we go. Okay, let me share my screen again. And I'm assuming if you have your camera off that you're not participating, so just so you know, but if you want to, just turn your camera on. Okay, so the next one is E. So for E, you need to get earbuds or headphones. You need to get an email, either printed or you can show it to me on another device, or and give me an example of etiquette in a virtual meeting like this that we're doing. So show me. You can just tell it to me, an example of etiquette during this meeting.
Timer has begun.
Really upsetting that I don't have a camera because I don't even have to move for this one.
And Terry, if you're going to be driving, I don't think you should be playing. I'm with John on that, although I'm grateful. And it's more competition.
We can
That
see that
Terry
you don't
got
have
a 3
headphones
out of-
in.
That
Okay,
Terry
do
got
we-
a 3 out of 3 while driving. I think he deserves a little extra credit.
That's true too. Okay, how much time do we have? It looks like maybe Karen's ready for us. People have a little bit more time.
Oh, Claude's got his up as well.
All right, let's see.
We've got 10 more seconds, though.
Okay, I think everybody might be done. Terry, you're making me awfully nervous. Okay.
Terry, please, although I said you should get extra credit, I'd really prefer you not play. It scares me while you're driving.
It does. Okay, so I think we're just about ready.
Timer should have gone off. I stopped it so it wouldn't have a loud, annoying noise.
Okay, so who did come back first? John, did you see? Who? I think it was Karen again. Yeah,
I think it
yeah,
was.
Karen wins, even Claude's admitting it. Okay, so Karen, what do you got for us? An email. Excellent.
Sorry, I am unmuting myself now because that one is one of the etiquette things that you do.
Nice.
So I have an email for the link to this, for example, on my phone. And I was having my headphones in, my earbuds, except that I can't run really quickly in a minute to keep taking them off. So
Excellent. Thank you very much. Good job there. Claude, how about you? Oh, muted.
I'm gonna make the case that a 2 of one category could get me a nod, an extra nod. So I have an email on a device, and I have a printed email in hand, and a pair of headphones, earbuds, my alternate pair of earbuds, and also the etiquette issue is identifying yourself by name in the tiles so that folks
Excellent.
can know who you are.
Excellent. So Karen, you won that round because you came first, but Claude, that was pretty impressive. I don't think we put in the rules. We didn't put anything about extra credit, so you still only get the 3. But it's a good go at that, though. I must say, good go at that. Okay, so
I need
next-
to just take 1 second, Stacy, and point out that the only person who's not following Claude's rule is you.
it's true. It's true. You are right. I am not following that rule. That's true. And typically I would have my name and my pronouns in there, which is another good rule to follow. Okay, so are you guys ready for our next letter here? Whoop, that is not how you spell. Okay, here we go. M. So microphone, mask.
So wait a second. I'm trying to figure out whether or not she acknowledged that I had the headphones dangling in my hand.
Uh-oh, sorry, Terrence. Did we miss you? Are you still playing? Okay. Okay, go ahead. Headphones, got it? Check. Computer, email, got it. I don't know how you did that while you were driving, and I'm terrified. Go ahead.
It was already open. And you see, I waited for you to ask me the question, so that was my etiquette.
That was very nice.
I even let myself be skipped in the process.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Good job, Terrence. Thank you for bringing it to my attention so politely. Okay,
I feel like we should add to the etiquette rules that we don't endanger ourselves and others while we're driving to play the scavenger hunt.
I really would like you to move over, Terry, and like pull over to the side of the road, please. Okay. So
The thing is, I'm in slow traffic that there's not even, you should see the traffic. Look out the window. I'm just going slow.
we're okay. Okay. We'll trust your judgment, Terrence. Okay, remote. Here we go. M, microphone, mask, and your favorite mug or cup. Ever so useful. And if you start the timer, John.
I feel like we're playing the What's on Tyler's Desk game.
Tyler, you're so mad that you can't play. I know you are. I know you are.
But camera just keeps turning itself off, so it's like
So microphone, mask, or mug. Those are
I'm
our
back.
options here. Let's see.
I mean, I'm
And
holding my cup up, but I don't think it.
Microsoft mask and mug. And I just turned off the share because these are easy to remember. Microphone, mask, and mug. But it's my first time seeing Karen running around her apartment. So microphone, mask, and mug. I am super impressed. That had to be like record time.
That's that musician privilege right there.
That's true. That's true. Okay, Terry's got it next. Go ahead, Terry. He's got mask on him. That is a microphone. Mask. Oh no, it's a mug. That's a drink. And the
Microphone is
microphone
on his headset. Yeah.
These are too easy. I made these too easy for you folks. Okay, and I think Claude still has some time left.
Actually, the timer just went off.
Okay, Claude, are you coming back for us? Let's see. He might have been called away. Oh, here he is. What do you got for us? Microphone, mug, Monmouth. That's where. Yeah, that must be. Yeah, great. And microphone, mask.
Oh,
No, too late.
I got a million masks and that went on me. So, look, there's masks everywhere in my house and I totally missed the mask.
You know what?
Oh, wait, here's what the kids do. That's what the students do. Like, that's not a mask.
Too late. That was good.
All right.
Good try. Well, now I think it's no, actually, Terry, while driving, is still the big winner.
I don't know how we count Terry because he doesn't leave and come back. He's just there.
We'll sort that out later. Okay, next letter. Okay, let's see. Now I know next time I have to make these harder for you guys. Oops, I'm back. Okay, go ahead. You can start seeing this. So always a hard one for me. Open piece of traditional mail. Okay. And actually a piece of mail, because when we're doing remote stuff, nobody gets mail anymore. And I want to notice the point. I believe that Claude works at Monmouth, so it's very important to have that mug with your work logo on it. Nice touch. So open piece of mail, ornamental or decorative item in your workspace specifically, and an online event registration, either printed or on another device. Claude will have that one handy. I know. Go ahead, start that timer, John.
It's going.
I'm really upset about my camera now.
And I'll leave these up this time so that everyone can see them. They're a little bit more complicated. Open piece of traditional mail, an ornamental or decorative item in your workspace, and an online event registration.
Half my job is opening mail. Karen's back.
Oh, Karen's back. That's great. I'm going to turn off this. I'm going to stop the share for a minute. Tyler, you can call it on your phone. Do it on your phone if you want. We should have thought of that.
We're
Okay.
already on O. It's fine.
Yes, fair enough. Okay, so how are we doing here? Why don't we go ahead and start with Karen? Sean's got the happy birthday. That is so cute.
That is.
I had
Okay.
to play in this one.
Yes, that is cute. Okay, so Karen, go ahead. What do you got?
This is my beeswax candle, my lotus candle, when I'm
I
getting
will-
stressed out with working in the litigation line. And of course, the email for the event, which I closed out but got back up. So, and then a piece of mail saying,
That's
did you really go to the doctor for not a work injury?
awesome. And by the way, Claude, I'm just going to point out, you got to have that camera back when that timer ends. I'm on to you. Okay. So
You know what happened? My wife cleaned up. She cleaned up. There's mail everywhere all the time. And today, the one time I need a random scattered piece of open mail, I couldn't find it. So all good. You're
okay,
right.
all good. Okay, what do you got for us? So Karen won that round again. Let's see.
Mail.
Claude.
Yep. So open piece of mail, traditional mail, like an old school envelope, and mail. The ornamental piece that's by my desk. There's a whole bowl of these. Like, this is my indoor world. In the outdoor world, in the inside, they're just like wood.
Oh, twine.
Yeah, just and they double as stress balls too.
Very nice.
Got a piece of like natural world in front of me, and then the invitation. I had a print version, right? So there we go, and then the one online. So
Excellent.
I'll take the points. I wasn't first, but that's okay.
But next time you got to come back before that. Get that camera on first. Okay. Excellent. Congratulations. You got 3 out of 3 on that. And
Terry, do you have an input for this one?
yes, I think he does. I see a hand. Oh, no, I don't see a hand. Yes, you don't?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I should put a hand. I'm gonna put a hand.
Go ahead. What do you got for us? Eyes on the
An
road.
ornamental piece of
Oh,
decoration.
got it. Got it.
Oh my God! Both hands off the wheel. Be careful, please. Be careful.
That's his left hand. Piece of traditional mail. State Farm.
We believe you.
Insurance. The invitation to Eventbrite.
Brilliant. Good job. Good job. Terrified. Still think you should not be doing that. And we literally have a record of this conversation. Please don't do. Okay. Anyway, I will say Terry brings up a good point that often our workspaces are our computers. So he does bring up a good point there. Okay. I mean, not our computer, our vehicles. Okay. So moving along
And
here.
one more thing, if you don't mind me throwing it in there really quickly. Watching The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix, the guy actual whole practices from the Lincoln, the car.
There you go. There you go. Okay, before you guys cheat
All right.
and get to this, now that I've shared it. Okay, T, a tool for work-life balance. You cannot use one you've already shown me, although we have seen Karen's candle and the stress ball from Claude. A pronoun in your screen name. So if you don't have that in there, try to get it in quick, but you got a minute. T-shirt, hat, bag, or other clothing that has some kind of reference to technology. Often this is like a branded item. So go on ahead.
All right, I can prove that one.
John, you got it timer going?
We got it going.
I can prove that second one.
Tyler, we can give you the 1 point for that at least.
Okay. I mean, if our computer is technically counts as our workspace, I could show you my desktop background.
There is something to be said. Part of etiquette is, making sure listen, anytime I have a million tabs open, I get yelled at. So, part of it is having a neat desktop. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Well, I meant like my picture on my background.
Oh, oh yeah, there you go. That also works.
Karen's back again.
Okay, I think we are just about ready, John, if that's the case.
10 seconds left.
Okay, here we go. Who came back first, though? That's my question.
Only one camera's on.
Well, Claude's still off. Come on, Claude. There you go. Okay.
You know, I don't think there's a rule that we have to turn our cameras off. It's just who comes back first.
It's true. You don't have to turn your camera off while you're doing it. But again, you may not want us to watch you. That may be part of etiquette. You don't want us watching you run around your apartment. Although to me, that's half the fun, but I understand. Okay, so Karen, you're first again.
So I put my pronouns in the chat. I don't have any branding stuff and none of it has technology on it either. So I don't have that one, but I have tennis balls and a yoga mat. So that's what I do. And I roll on my back and my shoulders and my neck, and get all the blood flowing and try to take a little break.
That is fantastic. All right, so one out of three, or no, 2 out of 3, because you got the pronouns, great. And Claude, got those pronouns in there?
Pronouns in, work-life balance in the form of midday tea, after work tea. I do my tea rituals when I've been sitting in front of a computer for many hours at a time. And then because we are student-facing in-person people, I don't have any branded things other than my mug, which I have a million of them, and they don't make us use them, but it is a nice thing to display when you're in like team meetings.
That is, yes. I did have the caveat that it couldn't be an item you used before, but which I know you understand. So we'll give you 2 for that. So you're tied with Karen for that one. Terry, scared as I am, go ahead.
This is my carabiner for my work-life balance so that I can carry stuff and look like I'm a crazy person working out on the streets.
Nice.
This is my bag that's tagged with Case Logic that's I carry my computer in, so it's definitely branded for work life, and I mean for work. And yeah, I went into the.
How did we do that while you were driving, Terrence? Oh my gosh. Okay, so Terry.
Facing the same direction as the road.
Yes. Terry, to all of our surprises, won that round. Congratulations, because he wasn't first to come back, but he did get 3 out of 3. So, okay, we are
Does Terry have a secret prototype self-driving car that we don't know about, and that he's doing the old I'm using my hands, but I'm not.
The new ones have that whole lane assist thing, so all he really has to do is not turn.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
I'm still using my hands, but my knees works.
Oh gosh. Last one. I will say we are rooting for you, Terry. Okay, ebook reader, equipment for remote, or that should say learning. I apologize for the typo. Learning or work, and an example of a data storage device. So it could be a USB stick. It could be any number of things. It could be. I don't want to give away too many possibilities here, but data storage comes in many forms. So ebook reader, equipment for remote learning or work, and an example of a storage device. So I'll leave that up there, John, if you get us started on the timer.
I feel like my desk is like Scavenger Hunt Central right now.
My daughter was going through my drawer the other day, so I didn't realize like I had, the old style mini storage, USBs, and hard drives all in it. So I can't play the others, but I've got those. I've got data storage.
Data storage, and you also, it reminds me, you also before I didn't put you down for also having the decorative item on I'll give you the 2 points for those 2. How are we doing on time? Let me get out of this.
26 more seconds. And I don't know if this comes across, but this was actually made from construction paper by my oldest daughter. So she cut out each letter and they're actually fully 3D. Like this must have taken her an enormous amount of time. So I just love it.
That is fantastic. That is something you will keep forever. That is great.
I have a little like thingy, like a standing sign thing that says I'm not procrastinating, I'm on energy save mode.
There you go. That is a good one as well. I love that. Okay, we're good to go. So who came back first? We're on the honor system. Well, it has to be Karen because Karen's the only one with the light with the camera on, Karen, go on ahead. Oh, you're on mute.
So sorry, I have my USB storage and the only thing I have is like my remote desktop setup. And-
Okay,
But I don't have an ebook. I don't do an e-reader.
okay.
I
good.
found enough screens most of the day, so I like to read in print.
I'll tell you the truth. That's how I like to read as well. I like my hard copy books. So great. So 2 points for that, for you, Karen. Fantastic. And Claude.
Did I come back in time, first of all, before I go through my litany of items? I
Did
think
you?
I did. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Cutting it close, but yeah. go ahead.
So wired headphones for, this is the old school but clear headphones, mic'd headphones, the Logitech mic headphones for e-learning. Barnes and Noble Nook. Oh man, those e-readers still within arm's reach. And
I have mine.
brand new desk storage device that I got, the 4 terabyte storage, because I'm old school and can believe it or not, saying this is like, oh, he's so old school. Whatever happened to
Terabytes
cloud
is the way to
computing?
go.
Right. There you go.
Tyler, what did you say? I'm sorry.
I said 4 terabytes is the way to go.
Yeah. And Terrence, this is going to be to see if you're going to get the complete perfect score here. Go ahead.
This is a USB adapter that has a memory card inside of it. And not to brag, but I also have a hard drive, a 4 terabyte hard drive to my right. This is a camera that's used to connect for remote learning, and the adapter that changes it from HDMI to USB. And then this is my iPad, which is also next to my computer, which is next to my iPhone, which also gets you on for reading my content. I'm just saying.
To all of our great surprise, Terry, while driving, is the winner of Scavenger Hunt. So let's give it up.
Oh my God.
Let's give it up for Terry.
It's quite a home office in the car you got there.
But
Oh
what
my
I
if-
need to
Wow.
disqualify Terry.
But what if Terry's Zoom background is a moving car with him in it? And this is all he could be taking us all for a ride, pardon the pun.
I think
That's so
it appears that that Claude actually, despite a little loosey-goosey on the coming back in time, is second place, and Karen, following all the rules. Honestly, Karen, you're first place in my heart because you followed all the rules and you weren't scaring me driving. So in my heart, you're first place. But
Well, I'm a bit of
Claude was
I'm not a
really good with
Luddite,
rules
but
too.
I'm not so great with the tech.
And Tyler had 1 and John had 2. So there you go. So
More like
without
honorable
further
mention
ado,
in
I'm going to
disguise.
try to get us going on the second game we had, to give us a few more minutes, if possible, to do to have a little bit of a chat. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again, and we're going to do like speed round when it comes to the hold on a second. Forgive me. There we go. Okay, so speed round on our trivia today. Okay, this is the most complicated part of this is how you're going to respond. The instructions on how to respond are in pink. So the only answers that count are the people who respond in pink. Okay, I mean respond the way you're supposed to respond in pink. Okay, so here we go. Which one of the following is not a tool for distance learning? And Terrence, I'm going to read these out loud so you don't have to look at the screen. Which one of the following
Thank
is
you.
not a tool for distance learning? Coursera, Linda, Great Courses, Udemy, or all are. And you're supposed to the first person to type the correct answer in the chat box wins. If you could type it to John, and John's going to tell me who
Right.
it is.
Claude has the first answer of E. Is that correct, Stacy?
That is correct. 1 for Claude. Excellent. Okay, next one. So we're doing the speed round. Next one. So all of those are actually e-learning tools, and for adults or for students. We could have added Khan Academy there. So many others. Okay. When were the first remote learning courses? Early 1500s, early 1600s, early 1700s, early 1800s, early 1900s.
Early
And the
1900s.
first one to shout it.
Early
Was it?
1900s.
What?
Early 1900s.
No. Who wants
Well,
to
give
take
a
another
hint.
stab?
It's older.
It's a trick question. Somewhat of a trick question. Who wants to take a stab?
Early 1500s.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Keep
We've done
trying.
the bookends. Something in the middle, something closer to the middle.
16. What is it?
Early 1700s.
Not
All right,
1600.
we're going with the tried and true. When in doubt, see your way out.
Who's
I
gonna
love that
say
line. I love that line. But I'm going to blurt out early 1800s.
no?
Like I said, when in
Early-
doubt, see your way out.
So who by default is going to get the answer? I don't think any.
Tyler. How about
I
that?
said C.
17.
Who said
Did
C?
say C.
Tyler gets it.
I said C.
She said C.
Tyler? No.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
okay,
in doubt, see your way out. C.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I
Oh, I didn't
apologize,
quite catch
You're
that.
right. Tyler got that one. So forgive me. So yes, early 1700s is correspondence courses started to exist. So we think of remote learning today like what our kids are doing, what we might be doing as teachers, but really remote learning is old school idea, correspondence school. As a matter of fact, my husband's grandfather took his entire engineering class in correspondence school at the Chicago Technical College, something like that. And we still have his correspondence exams and study guides and everything. And it was all done through the mail. He even got a graduation ring that way. So early 1700s was the first correspondence, first remote learning. They just called it correspondence classes back then. Okay. How do each of the following relate to equity issues in remote learning and remote work? And you only need to tell me one and explain why. So your first person to name it and explain why in the chat wins. And if you can chat it to John, and he will kindly read it out loud. So why is one of these an equity issue?
We're
I'm
still
sure-
waiting for an answer.
I'm sure folks are being thoughtful about their responses.
All righty, we have Claude. E, internet speed, class issues and the digital divide.
Okay. Class issues and digital divide. Sure, excellent. Claude, why don't you speak and tell us some more about what you mean by that?
So by class, I meant social class. And so in terms of equity, the idea that there are some structural barriers and some, ways in which people are not equitably accessing opportunities and jobs and work. We clearly saw that in higher ed when we went into remote learning. Lots of students did not have the hardware to support their remote learning. And so and the students who were more well off had better equipment and had better internet
Excellent.
connections, et cetera, et cetera. So I saw that as an equity issue for remote learning and remote work.
Excellent. Thank you very much. That's exactly it. And there's of course some other important ones on there too that I encourage you to read up about and look into, and we'll discuss them a little bit on our curriculum. On our infographic you'll get after the event in the next couple of days. Okay, which company below does not have a 100% remote workforce? And it's the first one to use the raise hand emoji. And so John, if you can call on them.
I'm looking.
Which one is not a 100% remote workforce? No cheating, don't look it up.
All right, Claude has his hand up first.
Oh, this is Claude's game here. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to say Shopify, but on the principle of the C principle, because I feel like one of them does not have 100%, but so I'm going to
You
say
will be incorrect.
Oh.
Karen's got her hand raised. Karen, go ahead.
So I would think it might be Grubhub because that involves people delivering stuff, but I don't know what you mean by, I guess, 100% work, remote workforce, because Grubhub is a delivery service. So there's obviously people that are not remote.
There you go. That was the little hint in that Grubhub, if you're familiar with that company, it does have delivery people, so therefore would not be 100%. But these other ones do, they're 100% workforce. So imagine that. Things like Zapier, GitLab, Shopify, and Buffer, 100%. And actually I was looking up, I was like, oh, Buffer's the name of a company. I'm sure they don't have a remote one, because I was trying to find which one would be our not remote. And I looked up and they had a remote workforce. So it's more common to have that, which is really, really interesting. So thank you. Next. So that one goes to Karen.
But
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What does Shopify do? I don't even know, actually. I thought you buy stuff and they deliver it as well.
I'm going to, for time's sake, I'm going to
Okay.
resort to the Google, and I'm going to,
All right, I'll look it up.
yeah, do that
Don't worry about
age-old
it.
adage of Google it.
Well,
And,
part of what I was going to say, just because Shopify is an online retailer, and it is the case that you order online, but the question was about online workforces, and I wasn't 100% sure that all employees at Shopify were 100% remote. So some of them may be in location.
Yeah, my understanding was their service was through the mail, so that they didn't actually employ directly the delivery people, but I'm going to check my facts, and if I'm wrong, I'll change the question for next time and give Claude back his point retroactively. Okay, next question. Of workers whose work allows them to allow them to work from home, this many workers actually did work from home in 2020. So of the people who could work from home, this is how many did. And here it's the first to show the correct answer on paper with the camera on. John, you'll have to tell me who that is. So is it A, B, C, D, or E?
All right, I see Karen has an answer up. I couldn't read it, but I saw a paper up.
Go
I
ahead.
think she's showing D.
D, 54%. That is a no. But I'll explain what the 54 does actually represent something, but that is not what it represents. Who wants to take a second guess?
Well, in the chat, we have Rob, who answered C. Rob doesn't have his screen on, so I think this was the best way he could share with us.
That's excellent. Thank you, Rob, for participating. I'm glad. I was hoping you were following along and being entertained, so I'm glad that you're in there. And yes, it is 71% is correct. So 1 point to Rob. And so 71% of that workforce was doing remote work. 54% is the amount who said they would want to continue doing remote work. So 71% were doing it, and 54% were the ones who said they wanted to continue doing it, which I thought was quite interesting. Okay. Whoop. Number 6, last one. When did the first emoticons appear? And this one is going to be the first person to get my attention and tell me the correct answer. We're going to say get John's attention. So the first person to get John's attention. So it's did it appear in an 1881 issue of Humor magazine called Puck? Did it appear in the 1949 when Al Gross patented the phone pager? Did it appear in 1997 by J-Phone, which is now referred to as SoftBank? Or in 1999 by Shigetaka Kurita? Or none of these? So when did the first emoticons appear?
So I might be behind on my texts, but I see Claude. Was that yours for this question, or did I?
Yes, with the exclamation points to get your attention.
And you did get it through text, which I consider counting because I saw it. Claude's answer is D.
D. That is incorrect. Actually, it's incorrect on 2 points, but I will get to that in a moment. Who's got the correct answer for me? Maybe Rob will pull this one out too.
I think Karen was trying to get our attention.
Karen, go ahead.
I wrote B in the chat, since you can make, people used to take pagers and make, turn numbers and letters upside down and make, I don't know if that counts as an emoji, but I would.
It would count as an emoticon, but that is not the first. Who wants to go then? Here we
Rob
go.
has suggested E, none of these.
Oh, thinking I'm doing a trick question on you guys again. No, actually, I'm going to just give the answer now. It's A. It's A. No one gets points on this one. So in actuality, the emoticon, which is slightly different from an emoji, emoji is these characters that look more like drawings. Emoticons was when, as Karen said, you put together the symbols on a typical keyboard to make something that resembled a picture. So actually in 1881, the first emoticon appeared in a humor magazine. So it wasn't related to like computers per se, but it was used as part of, kind of artwork for that magazine. So, and it's from those emoticons from way back when that they started, and we've incorporated them today into these amazing emojis. Now, Shigetaka Kurita is often credited with it. I believe he's not the first one to do emojis. He was the first one to do color emojis, but the J phone in 1997 was the first one to actually do the emojis. Online, if you look it up, it's a little confusing, but apparently even Mr. Kurita also made a text that said, no, I was not the first one. So it is 1881 for the emoticon, but it would be the 1997 for emojis. So you folks have been absolutely wonderful with our games. I think was that a tie? No, Claude won that one because he got 2, but it was pretty close because Tyler got another one, Rob got another one, Karen got another one. So that was pretty close on that game. What I would love to do now is to just take a moment and just open up the question to you. And maybe if you can say or put in the chat one thing, if you put in the chat to John, and John can tell us, or you can say it out loud. What do you think about the intersection between remote learning and remote work? What is, maybe name one important intersection between remote learning and remote work?
Stacy, while people are typing in their answers, I just want to be aware of time. We've got, I believe, 2 minutes till 7:30.
Yes. So that's why I'm just going to ask for one from, if we can get one from everyone. Think about that for a moment. While you're thinking about that and typing it in the chat, I'll give our little kind of towards the end speech that we like to give, is just to say, Inform Your Community does these events on a regular basis. We have about 2 a month right now, but that's going to, we expect that to increase. We have 6 programs, and we have these events all the time, all different issues. So definitely come check out our website. I'd like to say also that this is not, like all of the topics we discussed, this is not a one and done topic. You do this activity and then you go home and you never think about this again. These are topics that are extremely important to us here, but important to the world at large as well. So we encourage you to think about these ideas beyond this. And if there's something today that you didn't know, look it up. Or if you want to find out more about, towards that end, we'll be sending out the curriculum, the infographic for this event, as well as the video of this event. So please feel free to share the infographic widely, especially so people will know more about this topic as well. So what do you have for us, John? Why don't you go ahead and have them read those out?
First, we have Rob, who has awareness of pacing oneself, doing schoolwork and work. And second, we have Claude, self-pacing for work and learning democratizes.
Good.
And I think it's interesting that both of them are talking about the pacing.
Yeah.
But both the self-awareness and the democratization of it. That's fascinating.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's that flexibility that it allows. Yeah, excellent. And did anybody else want to add something?
Yep, we just got 2 more. So Tyler added having a dedicated space to work, learn in your home space. And Karen, the acceleration of remote learning and working, big end, due to the pandemic, and tried previously, but it didn't catch on as well, has really shifted the paradigm on how people think about both. Some people feel less choice and others feel more choice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all excellent insights.
The police just waved me on so I could go past them on a narrow road. How wonderful. So I actually got an email from work, and they have instituted a LinkedIn Learning. So that's an intersection because work is giving you the opportunity to learn.
That's great. That's great. Excellent. These are all excellent points. There's so many intersections between remote learning, remote work. We're so grateful that you all came to our event today and joined us. And we love these events. These events where we can have this opportunity to talk to each other, but engage in these fun games. I'm so grateful for you folks to have been here. We're going to have more networking events like this in the future, and we look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you for coming.